Okay, well, welcome back, guys. Page 5 and 6, this is just a review because the previous one wasn't working. So how do you do these questions? Remember, we're learning to read, trying to read and measure using a graduated scale. Well, all these are graduations here on a flask, but you normally use in chemistry or if you're mixing chemicals in the workplace. So how do you actually measure using these? Well, you have to look at the scale, and this is the scale along here. Which shows you how much is in each of these objects. They look the same size, but you can see this one holds 500 milliliters, this one holds 50, and this one holds 100. So even though they look like the same on the picture there, in real life they're probably a much bigger jug or container. And so what you need to do is read the scale to see how much each one of them holds. And to get the exact measure, you need to work out what each one of these little lines or gradations is called. Each of those lines is a gradation. So you've got to work out what one of these is to help you work it out. So the easiest way is to go down to 0 and work your way up. So if that's 20 and you can count back, you'll know that that one's 10. Okay, because that's half of 20 is 10. So that means and then there's 5 gradations. So that must be, each of them must be 2. So you just check, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep. Each of those lines is 2 milliliters. So if we have a look at this now, we know that's 40, 42, 44. So we know at that point there is 44 millimeters. So that's our answer. So I want you to have a crack at the next one and just pause the video and come back and see if you get the next one correct. Okay, so hopefully you've paused, you've had a go at it. Let's have a look. So this flask here holds 50 milliliters. So let's go back to find out how much each of the lines is, each of the gradations. So there's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, that's 5 milliliters. Each of these is 1 milliliter. Well, that's great. So we know that that's 10, and we know that that's 15, because it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 milliliters. So that flask has 15 milliliters of liquid in it. So you can go along and do the rest of those. You'd learn the process now, work out how much each line is by looking at the first scaled one and then working your way back, that's half of that, and then work out how much each of them are. You should be good. They're all in fairly easy scales. The next page is doing the same thing with weights. And here you've got, I've marked this one for you. Maybe I should rub that out. But you've got 2.125 kilograms, and that's on the scale. So you need to find out on this scale where 2.125 kilograms is. And an easy thing to remember is a 125, that's the same as, if it was 0.5, that's a half. So you have 0.5 of a kilogram is the same as half a kilogram. Okay, just to help you remember. And then if you divide that in half again, you get 0.25. So that would be a quarter. Oh, this is messy. And if you divide 0.25 in half again, you get 0.125, which is 1/8. Okay? So it's helpful to sort of remember that often these scales you're dividing in half and then half again and half again. So here we've got a scale going around from 0 around to 4.5 there. It would be 5 kilograms if it goes back to 0 when you put something on there. So then you have a look at the scale. You've got 100, you've got 1 kilogram there. So that's 500 grams. Half of 500 grams will be here, so that would be 250 grams, and half of 250 grams will be, the one scale there will be 125 grams. So each of these scales here is 125 grams. So let's have a look. So let's do 2.125 grams. So we need to go around to the 2 kilograms, and we know that one more is 1.25 kilograms. So you should have drawn on the first line after the 2. Let's have a look at this one, 7.25 or 7.25 kilograms. Look at the scale. Okay, that's a 1 kilogram. So the one in the middle is half a kilogram or 500 grams. And the one there is 0.25 kilograms or 250 grams, because you've halved for 500, you get 250. 250 grams is the same as 0.25 kilograms. So 7.25, work our way around. 7, and we know each of these individual lines is 0.25 of a kilogram. So that would be our point. So Here's another one here, 825 grams. Let's see if you can do that one. The scale is quite different here. It's going to be somewhere between the 800 and the 900. So you need to work out what each one of these are. You can do that over here if you want. You've got 100, so what would half of 100 be? What would half of that one be? To work out each one of those. You should be able to get that one correct. See you later.